himself, Mr. Dick Gregory,
Michael Jackson.
Right.
Who I know him personally,
That's
not
right.
from show business.
Right.
I couldn't name two of his friends.
Right.
I would talk to him for hours. Now, where we met was he was doing The Wiz, the film,
Right.
and his lung collapsed. And naturally, they can't hold up a movie.
Right.
So they was getting ready to write him out, and somebody said, call Dick Gregory. And I get a call, and I go in. I said, they'll probably have to refill this part in 18 hours.
Right.
But I'll put a little formula together, and you'll be able to get back in 12 hours. Okay? So he got back. Now, he's never forgot that.
Peace, family. It's Soul Violence Nation. Reality Speaks, bringing to you more information. Brother Dick Gregory, a brother that we bring into town here, is coming to the city very soon, August the 8th, 2009. We have that brother coming in to give a whole nother perspective of the story. Dick Gregory was a friend of the family. He was a friend of Michael Jackson. And, you know, this brother has been in the community activist. He supported Michael when he was going through the child molestation charges and those different things. And he's going to give Todd all the whole perspective on what happened, Michael's story, you know what I'm saying, what happened with him coming up and all those different things. And the potential assassination, you know, of Michael Jackson.
The last time I spent a lot of time with him was Joe called me, and then a woman out at the Trumpet Ward in Atlanta said, Miss Jackson needs you to call her Michael's mother real quick. And so I called, and she said, you need to come out here. The trial had been going on for a long time. So now the trial's over that evening.
That's right.
I mean, the evening was over, not the whole trial.
Right.
So they said, Michael wants you to ride in the car with him back to the house. So I get in and we talk. So we get to the house and he goes upstairs and I'm talking to Mr. and Mrs. Jackson. And somebody comes out and says, Michael wants you to come upstairs. So I'm taking them up there. Oh no, we can't go up there.
Right.
So I go upstairs and he grabbed me and hold me and squeezed me like an animal's claws. Dick, don't leave me.
That's right.
They're trying to kill me.
That's what he said.
You think they got a reason to try to kill Mike, man? You know what I mean?
So you think he was assassinated?
And I'm just going to cut the chase. Do you think Michael Jackson was assassinated?
I think it might have been foul play, you know, and there might have been years of foul play.
But do you think that there was some kind of foul play? Do you think that Michael Jackson was assassinated?
I think there's a lot of speculation going on at this point, and I hope that there will be a fair investigation.
Right.
I'm not sure I would go as far as to say assassinated. So we're going into another conspiracy theory thing here, perhaps?
I don't believe in all the conspiracy stuff, really, but I'm not saying no, it can't happen.
You know, what reason would they have to kill Michael Jackson?
I really want to hear what I have to say. The tradition of great performers from Sammy Davis Jr. to James Brown to Jackie Wilson. The story is usually the same though, you know. These guys work really hard at their craft, but the story ends the same. They usually are broken, torn, and usually just sad. And the story is very sad in the end because the companies take advantage of them. They really do.
We become real close. And I was amazed how brilliant he was with a child mind.
That's right.
You know, being the artist that I am, at Sony, I've generated several $1 billion for Sony. Several billion. And they really thought that my mind is always on music and dancing, and it usually is, but they never thought that this performer myself would outthink them.
Yeah!
Now I'm a free agent. I just owe Sony one more album. It's just a box set, really. It's with 2 new songs, which I've written ages ago, after leaving Sony, a free agent, owning half of Sony. So I own half of Sony's publishing, and I'm leaving them, and they're very angry at me because of it. But I just did good business, you know.
When you stop and think about it, you know, all at once they came in, here's the deal they made. We will loan you whatever money you need against your stuff here.
Catalog.
We will give you half of the ABC catalog, all of them,
Mm-hmm.
if you go with this deal. He signed it, but there was little clauses in it.
Right.
One, if you died before this money was paid back, we get it all and determine what we're going to do with the proceeds. They didn't care about paying off the estate as long as they didn't have to give that back.
Right.
Or if morality, something happens, it diverts to us.
Right.
Now, I didn't realize that ABC owned 98% of All Country Western.
Mm-hmm.
So Michael, with that half, owns 50% of All Country Western.
That's right.
63% of Dolly Parton,
That's right.
which pays him an annual $800 million
That's right.
every year.
Right.
Okay, so all that broke stuff they put out there
Bunch of lies.
was crazy.
Right.
Now, after they signed that, now they got to implement it. So that's where the first child molest thing came up,
That's right.
like 12 years ago.
Right.
Now, if me and you are bosom partners and we go all over the world and hang and we take baths and sit in steam rooms together, and you notice I have a mark on my testicles.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at some point, we don't become friends or somebody scare you, and you tell them this. So now when they set him up, the little boy was supposed to say, I can prove it because he has a mark on his testicle.
Right.
Okay? So that's when he went into court and had to take pictures.
That's right.
So Johnny Cochran and them said, look, we know you didn't do this,
Right.
but it's hard when that boy sit up on that stage.
Yes.
And then they show the pictures.
Right.
We got to settle this one out of court.
Mm-hmm.
So they settled it. They put $30 million up in bank, and they got the interest on it.
Right.
Well, it didn't create a violation of the contract because he didn't get found guilty.
That's right.
So they couldn't recoup that.
Right.
So it took them 11 years to sit him up for the second one. And the reason why is because they had to change the California law.
Mm.
Now, the politicians didn't know nothing about what I'm fixing to say.
Right.
They decided that if your sister said I slapped her, raped her, or robbed her,
Mm-hmm.
and then somebody come and pay it off or convince her you can't mess up this icon,
Right.
and she drops the charges, they got the law changed that even if she dropped them, they can prosecute me anyway. That's what that second trial was about.
That's what that was about. Right.
Well,
That's
he
right.
beat that one.
That's right.
So now I got nothing left to do but kill you.
Absolutely.